That's BA.
What do you mean?
That's BA.
What's BA?
The Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines is your home for BA Sports with Brandon and AJ.
Every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m., we will be swinging for the fences with all the latest sports stories from baseball to basketball to football and much more.
Tune in from 6 to 8 every Thursday night to The Edge 88.1 KDPS Des Moines for BA Sports. That's BA.
It's Switch Week, ladies and gentlemen, which means I'll be without my partner AJ for this portion of BA Sports. My name is Brandon, and it's story time on BA Sports. Everyone has heard the tale of the princess and the frog. The prince kisses the frog, and the frog turns into a handsome prince. Except this time, I'm going to tell you about the cyclone and the frog. Look, TCU is the better team on paper. You're lying to yourself if you believe that the Cyclones are the better team. But the Cyclones are hot right now, and they're clicking on all cylinders, offensively and defensively. The Frogs will be kissing their playoff hopes goodbye after a long weekend in Ames. The weather plays into the favor of the Cyclones, and I just believe that the Cyclones are going to get it done this weekend in a close one. The final score will be 27-24. You can book it. You're listening to BA Sports. Up next, we have There's Nothing Holding Me Back by Shawn Mendes. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Brandon on BA Sports. Look, Marshawn Lynch is one of the biggest personalities in the NFL. No, not even the NFL. He's one of the biggest personalities in all of sports. I mean, the dude has ridden a bike through Scotland, played some bagpipes, and now his latest stunt. For those of you who don't know, Marshawn Lynch has been suspended one game by the NFL. He put his hands on a ref. It's just a big no-no in the league against the Chiefs last week. So he decided to go and practice with his high school team during his suspension. He literally went back to his high school and decided to practice, put on the pads, go full bore with these guys. Here's the thing. I mean, how well can a high school defense hold up against an all-pro running back? Well, Lynch didn't exactly take it easy on the guys. I mean, he was stiff-arming kids to the ground and ripping long physical runs. But the thing is, the kids look like they really enjoyed it as well. Up next, we have Feels Like Summer by Weezer. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Brandon on BA Sports. Look, the Cyclones are finally stable at a position they have been stable at since Seneca Wallace, maybe? I mean, the Cyclones have been the Cleveland Browns of college football teams at quarterback. I mean, I know you're thinking, come on, Brandon, that's a little far. But seriously, think about it. Over the past 5 years, we've had Jantz, Richardson, Lanning, Park, Rojas, Barnett, and finally Kemp. No wonder the Cyclones have been so bad. The most important position in the game has had no stability. At one point, we had Nicolas Cage from Con Air starting at quarterback. Seriously, take a look at the pictures of Cage and Park. The resemblance is uncanny. This year is different, and the Cyclones finally have stability with Kemp. I mean, he's completing 70% of his passes, and has only thrown one pick, one interception. Park threw 3 in one game. Look, moral of the story, Cyclones are in great hands with Kemp, and they're going to keep the momentum going, and it wouldn't surprise me if they're bowling this year. Up next, we have Fire and Lies by Rua. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. This is Brandon on BA Sports, which means you're tuned in to The Edge 88.1. I could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one. Stay with me, guys. The greatest basketball player of all time had to listen to this quote from LeVar Ball, and he's made way many other comments about his son's abilities. The guy's painted a huge target on his son's back. It's hard enough being a rookie in the league, and now you have players calling you out. Listen, I am all for parents being supportive of their kids. I think that's great. But I believe LeVar Ball is just trying to get fame and publicity from all this. I mean, here's the worst part. Me talking about LeVar Ball right now on this radio show is exactly what he wants. I love Lonzo as a player on and off the court. He's a quiet, nice guy, but can't stand the circus his dad brings with him. Up next, we have Mask Off by Future. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. What's up, guys? It's Brandon for BA Sports, and it's Switch Week here on KDPS, which means I will be alone for my portion of the show. Listen, the World Series has been unbelievable this year. I mean, I thought last year's World Series wasn't going to get topped, but this one's right on track to do it. The Dodgers have been one of the most historic teams in all of sports. You know, the Yankees, the Dodgers, they all have that big, heavy weight behind them. And then you have the Astros, who are just a young, exciting team. I mean, they kind of tanked a couple years back, 2014, and then they've just built ever since. Honestly, I think the Dodgers end up winning this series, but there's no doubt that the series goes to full 7 in my mind. I mean, what's going to come down to is the bullpen battle, and the Dodgers clearly have the advantage there. I mean, the best pitcher I've seen in my lifetime has been Kershaw, and he's been pretty much untouchable lately. I mean, normally in the playoffs he kind of chokes, but this year he seems to have it all figured out, and I think he's going to carry them definitely in Game 5, and he possibly could end up pitching Game 7 when it goes that far. Up next, we have Take Me by Korn. You're listening to The Edge, 88.1. You're listening to The Edge, 88.1 with Brandon on BA Sports. It's time for my biggest upsets of the week in college football. I got Oregon State over number 20 Stanford. Oregon State's played great last week against Colorado, and they ended up staying in the game till the very end. Since Gary Anderson decided to leave, Corey Hall has kind of been a revival for this Oregon State team. They got the ball going last week, the offense looked great, and I think Bryce Love is questionable with an ankle injury, and if he doesn't play, I like my chances. Then I have UCLA over number 12 Washington. Josh Rosen has been X factor all year for UCLA. If he's on, he's on. And against that Washington defense, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how he plays. Then I have Arizona over number 15 Washington State. Washington State has looked bad recently on offense and defense, and Khalil Tate has been almost unstoppable for the Wildcats at quarterback. Please head to www.gvumedia.com to help fund our station and keep our station alive since funding has been cut. Up next, we have Better Off Alone by Bruno Bessa. You're listening to The Edge, 88.1. Grandview set to take over on the 25-yard line. AJ, one thing I'm pretty worried about is the rainy conditions here.
It's definitely tough for football players to play in the rain. Some of them don't, especially at this level, some of them don't have different cleats to play in these types of conditions. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays a factor in this one.
Knocking the gun with Trey Smith on his side. Knock takes a snap, drops back, looks for the screen to the right side, and they head up the field. Looks like about a gain of 5. And that ball was caught by Gabe Ritchie. It being wet out here, ball security is going to be huge for the Vikings today.
It definitely will. I'd expect them to keep it on the ground as much as possible, but that pass right there, short, that's an easy way to get things going.
Knocking the gun, Smith behind him. Hand off to Smith. Play action. Got 87 moving down the field. That's going to be close to a first down. That was Jake Grau. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings. Grandview's using this hurry-up offense, trying to catch Peru State off guard.
It looks like the Vikings have the idea to slowly move the ball down the field and then maybe take a shot when they catch the defense sleeping.
Knocks in the gun, Smith on his right side. Smith has the ball heading up the field on the handoff. It's going to be a gain of 4. Knock injured his hand earlier in practice, his non-throwing hand. Do you think that could be a factor?
In these conditions, I do. Even though he is a right-handed quarterback, injured his left hand, he needs both of those hands to keep a grip on the football if he were to get hit. But as for throwing, I don't think he'll be as much of a problem.
Knock in the gun with Smith to his left side. Trips look to the right side with one receiver down on the own. Ball, knock goes deep. Oh, and it's going to be bobbled and out of bounds. Good defense by Peru State there.
There it was, taking the shy after catching the defense a little off guard, but those rainy conditions, the receiver couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, it looks like he had to step on the receiver but couldn't quite bring it in. Intended receiver on that was Bramer.
Going right back in the hurry-up.
Grandview looks at the sideline, getting the play in. Smith behind Knock in the shotgun. Grau in motion. It's a toss play to the right. He's got room. He's got room. And he is down. That's a first down run by Trey Brown.
That was really impressive, cutting up the field the way he was on these in the slick field.
Pass complete to Grau. And he is chopped down with a gain of about... Oh, and it looks like he kept his feet. What a play.
Wow.
It's going to be about a gain of 5 for the Vikings.
Good awareness to realize that he wasn't down there. Got the extra few yards.
Heck of a play by Grau. Looks like we have a stoppage of play here. And here we go. Rain is really starting to come down here.
Out on the football field, it's a big difference between a light sprinkle and a downpour.
Knox in the shotgun with Smith to his right. It's going to be a handoff for Smith as he heads up the field. Brought down, looks like it could be good enough for a first. Might be a little short though. Grandview's still running this hurry-up offense, trying to keep Peru's defense gassed. Knox takes a snap, looks to the right, has a bubble screen open, and that's going to go nowhere. Almost looks like a loss on the play.
Like that was blown up by Victor Hubbard, defensive back.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore. It's nice to see him making plays out here.
You know, he blew that up perfectly. He didn't get caught up on the block. He got right around it and took the receiver down.
Knox in the shotgun with Smith to his left. Trips look to the left side.
Looks like offsides.
Looks like he's taking a shot on offsides. Touchdown Vikings. It's going to be knocked to Bramer. There is a flag on the play, but it's looking like that touchdown's going to stand. Correction, that's going to be Daniel Torrey with the touchdown. Heck of a play by the Vikings there.
That was a great awareness by Knock on that one. Notice the defense jumped off sides, took a shot downfield, but Torrey Daniel did a great job of getting that separation he needed off of the snap, wide open in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the PAT is not good. Looks like it was wide to the right. Yeah, I don't think the throwing hand's been affected or catching the snaps with that injury to Knox's left hand during practice.
It doesn't appear to be the case so far, but by the looks of it, I mean, he has a glove on it, and it looks like he's got extra protection there. It's taped up. I don't know. I don't know how bad he hurt it, but it looks like he's got enough protection on there to keep him going through this game.
It would be interesting if the Vikings changed their game plan a little bit. Maybe not running as much with Knox, because he's known to be pretty mobile as a quarterback, but you just don't want to risk injury.
I don't think they'd be changing the game plan for that, but with this rain, they're going to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible.
Might just be a running back day then.
And he's already looked good so far. The running back, Travion Smith, he's getting open up the field.
Vikings kick off. It's caught by Peru State. Peru brings it out. Looks like he's going to get chopped down right around the 27-yard line. Great return by AJ Floodman. Good field position for Peru State.
It'll be interesting to see how Peru State responds to the Vikings just going down the field, taking their time.
Yeah, the Vikings really, the Peru didn't show a lot of signs of slowing the Vikings down here. And, Peru State does run that triple option offense, and that's going to be big here. It's going to eat a lot of clock up.
The Vikings have not played an opponent like this season.
And they're going to pass, surprisingly. Nothing looks open. Scrambling. Quarterback runs to his left. He's got room. Looks like going to be a gain of 6 for Travis Carnan.
Good awareness by Carnahan to get out of the pocket. He was about sacked, but he managed to escape and get a few yards out of it.
I think Peru really tried to keep Grandview's defense guessing there. Known for the run, they go to the pass the first play, see if they can hit big early. Peru State has 2 receivers down to the right, 2 wingbacks in there with the quarterback, and 1 back behind the quarterback. Ball is at the 30. It's going to be a toss play to the right. And he's going to be chopped down immediately. Looks like maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Justin Haystrin, the ball carrier on that play.
For a split second, it looked like he was going to have a big gain on that one, but the Vikings defense did a great job of closing up that hole.
Yeah, and they came down hard. It'll be interesting to see if they might end up over-pursuing. Peru State might have a cutback lane here. We have 2 receivers to the top of the formation. Peru State's in the shotgun. 1 receiver down to the right and a back next to him. Carnahan drops back, pump fakes, and it's going to be a draw up the middle. That's going to be close to a first down, but let's see if he gets enough there.
I don't know how that ball did not come out of his hand on that pump fake. It looked like it was about to go, but he managed to keep it and tuck it. Almost got the first down.
It looks like Peru State's going to have to punt here. He was close, but they're playing it safe on a 4th and 2 from the 32. Back deep for the Vikings is going to be Drake Wells. And he's going to let this one bounce. And it looks like Peru State's going to pin him right at the 27-yard line. Not a bad punt here.
Definitely not a bad punt in the conditions that we have today. We got a good bounce.
It'll be interesting to see how Peru State responds. Grandview marched right down the field last time. Peru State couldn't muster much on offense. Be interesting to see how they handle this.
If Peru State got the ball up the field there on their last possession, they could have gone for the first down there, but since they're so far back, they decided to punt the ball away.
Knox in the gun with a running back behind him, 2 receivers to the top. It's going to be a play-action play, and he's going to dump it off to Grau again, and he works up the field. And that's going to be about a gain of 5 on the play.
Grau on the catch.
Peru State's really coming down hard on these play-action plays, and I think it's going to be there all day unless they make an adjustment.
They will probably adjust to it if the Vikings keep doing it, but then that could open up runs or open up the big play downfield that we've already seen today.
Knox in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to Jet. Jet Ketwick. And that looks like to be enough to get the first down. Ketwick behind Knock, 2 receivers to the bottom. Actually, they're going to go to a trips look to the left side of Knock, and 1 receiver up top. Knock drops back, throws a bubble screen to the left, tries to make a man miss, and Marshall Clark is going to be gang tackled for a loss of 2, it looks like, on the play.
The Bobcats defense just swarmed to the ball on that one. Marshall Clark didn't have any room to run.
As soon as he caught it, he was hit immediately, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Look like Vikings are going to go to a trips look to the right of Knock with Bramer to the bottom, with Ketwick to his left. Vikings look to the sideline to get the play. Looks like we have a 2nd and 12. See what the Vikings want to do here. Knock drops back, surveys the field. Oh, and he dumps it off. Oh, and the ball's going to fall short, and I think that could have just been the ball being slick there.
Yeah, it looked like the way the ball fluttered out of his hand, it looked like it did slip. But he had Grau open on the sideline as a safety valve, but couldn't get it to him as he was under pressure.
Knox in the shotgun, looks like a double look with Ketwick to his left. Got 3rd and some distance here. Looks like they're going to be throwing the ball. Knock drops back, surveys the field, has a man open the middle. That's going to be Marshall Clark, and I believe he has enough for the first down.
Great job by Clark holding on to that one. Got lit up in the middle of the field coming across.
That's the thing with those crossing routes is you guys be having your head on a swivel. Knox in the shotgun, doubles look. Hands off to Jet, and he's going to be met immediately by Peru State. Maybe a gain of 3 on the play.
Got pushed up the field a little bit, got him a couple of extra yards, but didn't really have anywhere to run.
Ketwick looks like one of those running back that's more of a, razzle-dazzle juke type, and on these rain conditions, it's going to be hard to get carries like that.
For sure. The traction on the field is going to be tough, but this is one of those situations where you're lucky to have a turf field. If we were playing on natural grass, it'd be muddy and even more slick than it is on this turf.
Yep.